So yeah, this is the first time flying this one. I am really psyched, to be honest. I don't really know what to expect. It has a more like powerful setup than my other toothpick build, because it ran 3S instead of 2S, but it's also a lot heavier, so I bet this one's gonna be a bit more powerful, but I don't think there's gonna be such a huge difference. I think, however, where the difference will be is in the camera. The camera looks extremely promising. Looks just beautiful looking at it now, and it is a high quality camera. So I started recording. Okay, this battery is not full. Let's just take it for a little spin with this battery and then put on a fully charged one. Yeah, let's see. Okay, right off the bat, it does feel very responsive. The rates are a lot different than what I'm used to. Video feed looks clean. I'm gonna just take a smooth lap here in the beginning to see how the FPV feed is. Okay, yeah, it's pretty bad over here, but manageable. Okay, so that was like a punch out. Okay, yeah, the rates feel good, but they're definitely a lot more like hard in the bottom. Okay, yeah, it's already like low battery. Yeah, this battery wasn't charged much at all. Yeah, let's switch it out. Which is odd, because I did charge all of them. However, I did do a lot of testing, trying to get the receiver to work. So I guess it was on for a while. I guess this was the battery that was on then, but it still doesn't really make sense. Oh well, let's see if the other battery is better. So the batteries I'm flying are these Happy Model 300 mAh 3S, and I think these are, I chose them mostly because they have like these small standard balance plugs. Some of the other batteries have these like huge balance plugs, and I just think that those are super annoying. And on top of, and especially on like a small craft like this, it really matters. It takes up like a big chunk of space. So I went with the Happy models. I don't know about performance, but from what I've heard, it's not really much of a difference between like the G&B and Happy model, and there's a few others as well. But there's not like a whole lot of battery choices. This is still like a pretty new type of class, type of drone. So yeah, there isn't that many options. But I think the Happy model ones are, at least they're very affordable. I got like 6 of them, and it was very cheap, especially if you compare to like a like standard 5-inch. Okay, so let's, still pretty low, this battery as well. It does feel snappy. It's pretty fast. It's not insanely fast, but yeah, it's definitely fast. And it's pretty funny, because if nobody had told me the size of this quad and I couldn't hear like the noise of it, then I would have guessed a lot bigger of a quad. That's pretty insane. Yeah, it does feel very nice. But yeah, I definitely need to change the rates, because yeah, I'm really not used to these rates. Oh, that was close on. However, one difference flying one of these small ones is you're gonna be like branches and stuff's gonna do a lot more damage. Okay, so it seems like my battery is already running pretty low, which is strange. I'm not sure how much I'm willing to push this battery. It does feel like it has a lot of power though. I bet that looked pretty cool on the camera. Come on, like this. it is just snappy. You know what? It does feel like it doesn't have like any prop wash at all, which is pretty insane. Yeah, I'm liking this guy. The motors are not really warm at all. The battery, yeah, it's a bit warm to detach, but no, nothing severe. The stack, yeah, the VTX is definitely very hot, but that's to be expected. So, let's stop the recording. So, first impressions, I really like this quad. It flies really smooth, and it does feel like a huge quad. And the thing is, these small quads are so convenient because they almost never break, and they're just super easy to put in your bag and stuff. So the thing is, I really don't see the point of having big quads. The only reason why I would build a big one, that is if you want to have like GPS, you want to fly maybe long range, or do some more like cinematic flying. But if you want to fly just for fun, then building one of these small ones like this or the other toothpick builder I have is just way more fun. This is more fun to fly because I feel like I can really like push it too, because I know that if I crash, it's much less likely that I will break something, and the parts are a lot cheaper. I can buy like, I bought 6 batteries for this one right now, and that didn't really cost much at all. If I were to buy 6 batteries for my 5-inch quad, it would be very expensive. And that has really like kept me from flying my 5-inch. Is I have broken a lot of batteries, and the batteries are expensive, so that really sucks. But with this one, yeah, not so much. It's pretty awesome. So let's fly some more. Okay, so this battery actually seems to be fully charged. So let's take it for a spin. I must say the camera does look really nice. I really like this camera. And one difference though with this quad and a large one is that it doesn't feel very floaty. Like when you punch up, it like goes to a stop. It doesn't really have much momentum, and it feels like, now I can be imagining this, but it feels like it's the same for like cornering and stuff like that. It's like it goes to a halt once you stop the motors. At least that's what it feels like. But that doesn't have to be like a negative. That can be a positive as well. Like, it's about what you like to fly. If you have like a floaty quad and you like that, then that quad is gonna be like great for doing these like very smooth glides like this. But if you want a quad and fly more like snappy and do like these type maneuvers, and yeah, just go between trees and like this, then a like quad with less momentum is nice. And that's really where this one shines, I think. Now you can definitely do both with this, but yeah, it's just a lot better at the other. Yeah, so let's see, we've used 100 milliamps right now. I'm gonna try to use a bit more of this battery and see how much flight time we can get. Woohoo, that was like a full punch out when I landed. That felt good. Woohoo, that was close. So right now I'm cruising at about 75%. Woohoo. It can definitely go even faster. This is like the max speed. So I could feel there, it did have a lot of punch, it went fast, but I definitely started feeling the sag pretty early. And I think that's gonna be the main problem with these small quads compared to big one. The big one can really, they go about the same speed, I think. But yeah, the big one's just gonna do that for a lot longer. Okay, so now we have low voltage. I have only used 200 milliamps though. I bet it could fly more. You know what, we're gonna push it a bit more and then we'll see where, okay, yeah. It's getting angry at me. Yeah, let's land it here and let's see in the charger how much we actually used. So that was 120 milliamp hours. We should have like 80 left. A bit. It's a fair bit. So I bet it could fly longer. and that flight lasted just shy of 3 minutes. So it doesn't have amazing flight time. You could probably put on a bit of a bigger battery. I bet it could actually handle the weight. It would get, of course, less performance, but it does have pretty much an abundance of performance right now. So yeah, you could definitely do that. Okay, interesting. So this battery broke actually right now. This connector just got loose. And this actually happened to me on another battery as well. They seem to be pretty poorly soldered, these Happy Model 300 milliamp hours. They're really easy to fix though. You just have to resolder that and put on a new heat shrink. But that could actually affect the performance quite a bit if there's like a bad connection in here. That could actually be a lot of power loss. But overall, real nice. I think that's enough for this session.